putting a little tahini around the rim. I don't know. He was really flirting with it, but
some tomato cheese.
Yeah.
It's making what is it, like a gelato or whatever?
Yeah.
He's just making it. My grandpa was a white man.
Okay. So
Thanks for letting us know.
Well, you know.
StarCon.
Do a panel. Like, people knew who they were.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so then he pitched to the school that I'm going to do a podcast, like an elective. And he showed us how to use a soundboard and shit.
And you have to.
Well, that was one rule. Yeah.
That was part of the setup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
What's up, boy?
What is it? Where is it? Whoa.
That's a Celsius.
We've got a rogue.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me just. Actually,
We had a rogue can sneak through the cracks.
this episode is sponsored by Celsius.
This Celsius. Yep.
Celsius.
This episode. I'm Jake and I'm a grass daddy. And I'm being joined today by
Going Spanish on you.
Ben, a.k.a. Ben 10, a.k.a. him, a.k.a. Big Nasty, a.k.a.
My way.
And, of course, welcome back. He
Thank you.
provided so many... Well, your intro's done.
Oh, well, thank you for the kind
And
intro.
welcome back. He brought in a lot of views. A lot of people were asking for him back. They
America's
said,
sweetheart.
you know, rocking back and forth from that mic and having to continuously turn my car volume up and down to hear him was just ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan, welcome back. Make sure, yep, my fist is still
Happy
perfect.
to be here.
I'm glad you're back, Ben. Always a pleasure to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while, you know. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know where the time's gone.
We didn't
but
forget about you people.
Been a while.
It's kind of one of those things. I was like, it's kind of difficult having a full-time job
Yeah.
and also trying to, not like this is that much work, but
Right.
I don't know. Just
Especially
having an
wanna-
adult life, a
Yeah.
busy adult life, and a full-time job. It's like this does require a decent amount of your time.
I feel like it's more like the editing is probably where it takes.
Well, not even necessarily the editing. It's trying to coordinate to have people.
Oh, yeah. Get guests. Line up guests. You
Right.
need an assistant
Yeah.
from Indonesia.
How could you imagine if I would like hire like an editor or producer and like paid them, but like they had no idea. They just like saw like how much I was offering to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, I'll come work for you. And then they come over and then they walk in. They're like,
What?
this is it?
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, this is the studio.
What do you mean this is it?
And they're like, so how many like views are we raking in? I'm like, about 14 per video. They're just like, and you're paying me?
We're going to talk about payments later, but
And I'm like, all right, so when you go to edit, I just need you to line up the audio, and that's it.
well,
You just pick an intro clip, and that's about it.
me and Nolan met a homeless man named what was it? Marcus.
Marcus. Yeah, Marcus.
And he'd probably do it. You got to maybe teach him some skills, but he'll do it for a pack of Menthols. So
When was this?
I bet he would sit
draft
in
night.
and do that just
Oh,
to
God.
like be tossed a beer. Like if you just like slide him a butt every now and again,
Yeah.
he'd be more than happy.
So we're going to get into that. And we're not going to name any names
No,
of
we're gonna-
other people that were there.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this anonymous. I wasn't.
To
even
be
there.
fair, not a lot is remembered.
Good
Slide
point.
that out there.
I think I could.
And I purposely sat you in this position so to hide the battle scars. But no, I'm just
What battle
kidding.
scars?
Your face.
Oh no, I just fell down.
Yeah, I know.
fell down the stairs.
Anyways, but before we get into that, without further ado, let's go ahead and crack open the mini fridge.
Oh shit! All right, this is good. This is what I like to see. We got
What do we got in there?
Windsor apple, delicious with a Sprite.
Windsor apple.
Yeah, we got High Noons, grapefruit and some Coors Banquets.
Grapefruit and grapefruit?
Yeah, two
Okay.
grapefruit and High Noon. Oh, and a Bud Light. Oh, whoa! Whoever stocked this fridge fucking doesn't know how to stock a fridge.
The mini fridge is
There's 2 banquets up here, while the rest of them are down in the bottom right corner.
okay.
And then there's just Bud Lights scattered around.
If I had my best guess, it would be something to do with like that little shelf on the inside of the door, taking up some space, and
But
you
why?
know what it's like.
But they could have put it there. No. Oh, that's where the winds were.
yes.
Fair point.
You know what this makes me think of?
Oh,
Go ahead
what is
and
this?
pop
Yeah,
out
sorry.
a couple of those.
Oh, yeah.
Though, but
What do we want? Who wants a banquet? What do you want?
I'll start with the noons. Honestly.
Noon?
Yeah.
I'll
Nooner?
take. I think the strategy is to work this to like a high noon to a beer.
Yeah, we're gonna start.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna rip a poll from that? Is that what we're doing?
Are there any cups in there?
No, I don't see any cut. Wait, what did you want? A high noon or a banquet or a Bud Light?
I might need a chaser.
Oh, banquet's like a chaser.
No. Give me a high noon.
Oh,
I want a
okay,
high noon.
okay.
I want a high noon.
I'll take. Where's that at?
It's Wednesday, by the way.
6 p.m. on Wednesday.
All right. The
Fridge
way
doesn't
you were
discriminate.
describing that being stocked, it reminds me of like like when you're in Minecraft and you're like, let's make a Hunger Games server, and then you hide chests and you like scatter the items within the chest.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't smell too bad. So like
pretty good.
when that sent a shiver down my spine. When I first started getting into drinking, like before I turned 20, I mean when I was Trace and I were like in my parents' basement, and there was just a bottle of Windsor, just straight in like and this is just plastic, by the way. It's
Yeah.
not like this is.
Don't be fooled by the name.
Um,
That's some white trash fucking whiskey.
we were just like, it was just quantity over quality. So we were just like taking this, and we were just mixing it with just anything to dampen the taste. So like we were mixing it with like grape soda, like
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
So it smells pretty good, and I guess I'm just gonna take a straight rip of this
1,
Windsor.
2, 3. Warms the soul.
That's actually not bad at
It's
all.
pretty good.
It's good, yeah.
You should try it in a Sprite. It's fucking delicious.
Maybe back when I was but back when I was a novice, maybe I'm just more damaged now, where I'm just like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. But like when I'm first, okay, so my tab broke.
Fuck, that's delicious.
Just
My
Off
tab
the top,
broke on my fucking.
guess how
high
much that
noon.
cost.
$12.50.
Not bad. It was $14.
Yeah, no, Windsor's pretty good.
Like when you looked it up online because you were thinking about this the other day.
No, I went in and bought this
God damn it.
today. And then I left that at my house.
Right, and then it's so
Oh man. One of these days we're gonna go an episode where we don't fuck it up. Oh man.
it's been a while. So that actually wasn't that bad, but I'm gonna, have you ever seen a pop tab just standing up like that?
It's a modern marvel.
That's delicious. But anyway, sponsored by so why don't you guys tell me about draft night? Because I don't know what the fuck happened.
All right.
All I know is you guys showed up the next day at work, a little bit worse for wear,
Yep. Say the
and
least.
Nolan had a couple scars on his face, and I go like, I heard you and Ben were wrestling, and you were like, I honestly don't know. I'm like, what?
Yeah. All right, so it all started.
I was like, did you black out? And you were like, eventually. That's
yeah,
all
we
I
got
really
there.
know.
We started bowling for
Whoa.
3 hours.
I started at the Hawk's Nest before that.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So he went. What was that? Like noon. You started.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, he started drinking pretty early in the day on a Thursday.
Well, how many did you have at the Hawk's Nest?
2 or 3?
But were they like the 32? Like,
No, just
Oh,
regular pints.
okay.
Yeah.
So he started there. I started at the bowling alley. A little pre-draft. Do some
Pre-draft
bowling.
draft.
Right. Shot 236 by the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What was
So-
it, like 8 straight strikes?
Yeah, it was pretty. I think it was from the third frame.
You missed the first one, and then it was like from 2 to 9.
I think I fucked up the 10th frame, but the pressure was on.
From 2 to 9 were all strikes.
Yeah, I was on a heater. And it was like the same exact ball every time. Like
I think the first frame was a 9 too.
Yeah.
So you are just dialing it in.
I was dialed.
This was after some beers too. Like,
are you hooking it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're hooking it.
I got
we're hookers.
I got the ball with only 2 finger holes, and
so you got a custom ball.
Yeah. Well, it's not. Yeah, technically custom. I didn't customize it at all.
You bought one,
right? But nevertheless, I had about 6 drinks at the bowling alley.
Right.
We go back to Nolan's apartment. I bought an 18 rack of Bud Light to just keep
from Nolan's fridge. You bought it there.
No, I bought it at Casey's.
Yeah.
And brought it.
Right.
So we started just drinking, playing games and shit. I must have had.
What time does the draft start?
It was 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
And we got back to your place at like 6 or something.
No, I don't know.
And I probably had.
When does your memory start?
I remember all this, yeah. 'Cause,
Okay,
like, I remember, like, we got back and we were like, we're gonna play
know.
some games, and then, like, my headphone cord wrapped around my computer, and my whole fucking PC tipped over, and the glass shattered.
What?
So the whole side panel to my computer is just gone now.
That's gone.
Gone.
Gone. I probably had 4 beers by the time the draft started, so I'm at 10 now. And I kept a pretty good pace all night. And then
Fast as I can go.
we're showing off. We don't need to mention that, but
So yeah, we're gonna have to dance around.
yeah. So whatever, we're fucking around. He brings out this like African clear whiskey from where is it from?
I have one of my buddies came here from Algeria a little while, like earlier in his life.
No shit.
And so he's still got a bunch of family out there, and they send out. They call it like rye whiskey, but it basically it's just moonshine. It's like,
Oh shit.
it's clear. Like,
Is it
it's
strong?
Clear.
Oh, yeah.
So you busted that out.
So yeah, so
I busted this out.
oh yeah, he wanted to show us something.
And because I always do that, like every time we get drunk, it always comes out, and I make people take shots of it because it's bad.
I
Not
thought
bad, like it's good.
pretty
It tastes good. It's just
No, but
strong.
it tastes
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
But it just fucks you up.
So by the time
It's
that
crazy.
bottle gets pulled out, I'm probably on my 10th Bud Light after the 6 drinks at the bowling alley.
You're 16 beers deep.
No, this is
Easily.
Yeah, that was later. We had been hanging around doing shit for like another hour or so. Like that was not like quick after that. I don't think.
Shit. Okay, so I don't know how many beers I had before that.
You have to be like probably 14 or 15 in it.
All right, let's say we're at 14 or 15 in. He brings out the rye whiskey. I take just like 2 way too long of pulls off that. So whatever we want.
Oh, it's bad when you quantify your polls in time.
Yeah, I mean, I was drinking it like fucking
Too
water.
long.
Like,
I remember him taking the first one and then like passing it off, like, and then by the time the next person was done drinking it, he was like, just right for the.
Like it was Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
He was like,
round the horn.
Well, it was like
Yeah.
it was just one of those like, oh, that tastes like shit. Let me get another drink.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to push the limit. I like to push my
like to
body
ride
to
the
the
lightning.
max. Yeah. So whatever. We drink that. I keep drinking Bud Light. I don't know. I don't know how many you've had at this point.
I'm probably right where you are.
Yeah. So we're both just shit faced. Playing guitar a little bit. The draft. We probably watched the first 10, 15 picks.
We missed the first pick because we were playing video games, and then we were like, shit, let's turn that on. Then we turned it on, and we watched the second pick, and then I didn't see a pick after that.
all right. You
I
saw
was just
Travis
looking
Hunter
at-
and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I was watching the Cowboys drafted a guard, and then at that point I was like, all right, who gives a shit?
Who else did they get? Side tangent.
I don't
Like
know.
anyone noteworthy?
No.
No,
They usually
not
don't
big
draft
names.
well. They're very bad at drafting.
Oh.
Have you seen it? Like the guy they drafted is like the third interior O line guy with like the same name. They have like 3 guys with the same name that are all on their O line.
What? Like first name?
What's up?
You didn't text me.
Sorry, I think we're gonna get food.
Okay.
I love you.
Trouble.
You want some Windsor? Hey. You want some Windsor? You want to take a pull?
It's for the pot.
Celebrity shot?
Celeb shot. All right.
I think she's gone. Yeah, so we watched. Yeah,
Sometimes you can say something so stupid that she doesn't even hear it.
yeah,
It's awesome.
not even English.
It's
at that point.
tremendous.
Yeah, tremendous.
She can basically hear me go. That's what you
Another
heard.
side
What
note,
tribe
I
is
was
this
just
guy from?
I remember when you were playing guitar, somebody going, "Is there anything this guy can't do?"
Oh yeah, that one guy did say that.
Yeah.
After that, it kind of gets blurry. Really, from that point, the next thing I remember is Nolan
Getting
has me in
thrown
a headlock,
hole.
and
Not
he's
a
like
full no.
squeezing my head, and I'm like he's squeezing me so hard where I'm going, like I'm like trying to be like stop, but I couldn't even say words because my
Like
fucking
was you?
head
But
was-
it wasn't your throat, like your neck. It was like your
it
head.
was like here, like right below the chin. I think it was like a textbook.
It was like a WWE headlock where they like grab below the chin, kind
I'm
of
like, and then
like he was trying to pull your head off.
and then I tap, and he does not stop.
Oh,
I don't
no.
remember any of this, by the way. This is like no recollection.
So he doesn't stop, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get him off me.
Does it scare you at all that you're like, I tried to kill someone last night
No,
and have no
because
memory
that's
of it?
never happened before, ever. So my thought is that I'm forgetting some piece of puzzle that like led one thing to another. It does concern me a little bit that I didn't let go when he tapped. I'll say that. But given the state I was in, I'm willing to accept that maybe for some reason I missed the tap.
Sure.
Or
Misinterpreted
Well,
the tap.
yeah.
to be honest, I should have tapped him. I tapped the floor.
Somehow you tapped in Morse code, keep going.
Yeah.
And he felt that and was like, oh, okay. And he kept going.
The safe word is to tap.
Right. Tap means harder.
Yeah, right. So, whatever. I'm like, all right, I gotta get this fucker off me. And then I'm pretty sure I just stand up and just like throw my body, and he like falls back. And,
Tried
like,
to rip him off.
somehow his head hit the dresser. I don't even realize his head hit the dresser until after the fact, and he's got a huge gash in his forehead. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, this guy says, like,
Let's
fucking
should we
bleeding.
make a name for him? Let's just call
Early.
them.
People don't know who Early is.
Well, after the last episode, I'm sure plenty of people know who Early is.
Oh shit! Did I fuck it all up?
No. Early happened to be there. I don't know in what context he was.
He just made an appearance.
He made an appearance at one
Well,
point. I'm talking about the other guy.
The characters
Oh,
don't even really
Big Mike?
need.
Tony Soprano.
Is that what we're calling him?
Tony Soprano, or Big Mike.
Tony? Well,
Tony.
I don't know who you're talking.
Let's call
about.
him Tony. I think we're both thinking of the same person.
Call him Tony.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Tony.
Tony, the guy that tagged along with you guys bowling.
Right.
Tony.
There's Tony.
Okay.
Really, not even a need for the side characters because this all wraps up pretty quickly after this. I get on the dresser cut. That like dabbing my forehead and the apartment clears out. Ben and I are just grappling for
Grappling.
That
We're sparring in my
didn't-
bedroom.
I didn't really realize. I forgot. As soon as I got in the chokehold, I kind of forgot people were there. And when I get up, there's just a like half circle of everybody who's at his apartment, just like looking at us, like what the fuck is going on? And everybody's like, "All right, we're gonna go." Cleared the place out, and then we wrestled for who knows
Quite
how
a
long
while,
after
yeah.
that. I don't know how your nose got fucked up. I don't know where.
I
that
think
came
that's just
from.
all from the same thing. It's all kind of like in line.
Oh,
so I
sure.
imagine
Yeah,
it's
if
all
you look at
just
the
the
trajectory of the cuts.
And then there
Well,
was,
because what I wanted to say was, for those Tony has newly come into our lives,
yep.
and this was like their first time like hanging out or encountering you guys.
Yeah.
In the wild.
In the wild, we'll say. So I can only imagine if they're like,
Yeah, we talked
yeah, I'll
about
tag
that
along with
today.
these guys
Yeah.
and see what it's like, and then you guys are just like
yeah. I think
grappling each other.
That's when Tony made his way
Bowling
out
night
after that.
has a whole new like underlying like
Yeah, like what is this gonna turn into?
yeah. We need to next time that comes up, make sure that it's known that that was a statistical outlier on the data sheet.
That was that was really low on the prop bets.
That was a
for
101.
happening.
Dude,
Yeah.
that would have been plus 5,000. Like, that had,
Ben and Nolan.
I also
spar.
feel like now in hindsight's a good time to mention that I have like a pretty stout background in actually like grappling.
yeah, I
Like,
wrestled for a year in high school, so I don't know really that much.
I was in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a while, so like
Oh, yeah.
actual like ground grappling and stuff like that. I have quite a hefty background.
Well, what's funny is he'd be like, throw a punch at me. And I was like, what? All right. And then there was one time where I threw a punch and he just didn't react. And I threw it like an overhand just like at his head. And he like didn't move and I just like bopped him on top of the head, like half speed. And he was like, no, not like that. And I'm
It's
like, what do you
always-
mean not
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
You said throw a punch, I threw a punch and you fucking didn't react.
Don't recall that.
It's always good when you're like, hit me, and then you hit them. They're like, I wasn't ready.
Yeah. And then we probably for
Okay,
30,
do it again, slower.
Yeah. For 30 minutes, we probably
Shadow box.
but it was just Nolan like, do this, and then he's like, see what I would do here,
and I'm gonna try to counter.
Yeah. No, not try to counter, but he'd like show me his counter move.
I'm picturing like 5 people sitting on a couch trying to watch the draft, and you guys are standing
Everyone's
in
gone
front of
at this
them.
point.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, but it's funnier if that's
You're-
the scenario.
He doesn't. He's got a no shirt and shorts on. I'm like, what are we? It's midnight.
Like
I don't
he's
even,
in an MMA gym.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know when we went to bed. I just remember I woke up what's your first alarm set?
4 in the morning.
Yeah, so I wake up to that. He doesn't. It takes him like 10 minutes to wake up to that alarm. And then he snoozes it.
You told me it took him 2 hours.
Well, no, hold on. He
right.
snoozes that. Another one, or he sets a new one.
I have
think.
I have a bunch of alarms set.
And then it must have been an hour later. Another one goes off.
That's my routine. Like one of those
He shut that one off. I don't know what time the last one went off, but I heard it, and it must have been going for 20, 30 minutes. And in my head, I should have realized, like, oh, shit, it's probably time to go. But I was just like, he'll wake up. We're good. And then I can't find my fucking phone. It's in his couch, but I could not find it where it was.
So it ended up being in the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't. There's not a single clock in his apartment that's set to anything.
That's not true.
The one above the TV was incorrect. Your oven was 000.
The oven's wrong, but I have like the analog clock.
That was
in my
not
kitchen.
right.
The one in the kitchen is for sure.
Oh, there's one. I didn't see that one. So I'm just trying to figure out what fucking time it is, but I'm so like hungover. I'm just like, I'm laying back down, dude. Like, what the fuck? And then eventually, I'm like, the only way I could check the time was to go to my car and turn my car on to look at the time. So I go, and as soon as I open his back door, it's sunny. And I'm like the sun already came up, and I'm like,
Too late.
oh, we're late. And then I look at 6:15, and I'm like, oh. So I run back into his apartment. I go into his room. It's him and his girlfriend sleeping. I'm trying to figure out who's who, so I don't shake the wrong person. I'm
Because
like,
Nolan's girlfriend looks a lot like him.
no, but it's like pitch black,
know,
and
I
there's
know.
just 2 bodies. I'm like, oh, I do not want to make the wrong. Like, I don't want to, And so I finally decide for who's who, and I start shaking him, and he doesn't.
We won't say how he found out.
Don't be weird. But I started shaking him, and he just like didn't move.
I was looking for the morning wood. That's how
I saw the
found out.
tent pitched,
Yeah,
and
that's how I figured it out.
So he doesn't move. I'm like, "Fuck, is he all right?" And so
He's
I'm
dead.
like, "Wake up! We gotta be at work in 15 minutes."
Yeah, you're yell whispering.
Yeah, and he's like just tossing and turning, and I'm like, "All right, fuck it, I'm going." So I just left. My pants were off. I had shorts on under it, but like because I went to bed and took my pants off or whatever. I just got in my car, grabbed my pants. I didn't even put them on. So when I showed up, I parked. I see Gabe. I'm like, fuck, I can't walk out of my car in fucking basketball shorts and my pants in my hands. something's up. I'm already like 10 minutes late.
Right.
That's a bad look. So I like sneak out. I like wait for him to like turn around. I sneak out and go around the other side of my car so he can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Slip my pants on, walk inside.
There you go.
And then
Hey,
Tony was like,
a lesser person would have not gone to work.
right, I could have.
You could have.
I could have.
But you still went.
Hey.
And that's why you're a fucking man.
And Tony saw me. He was like, how you doing? And I think Tony might have told Gabe about what happened.
Oh, giving him a little insight as to the previous night's
Right.
shenanigans.
And so I see Gabe and he's like, you doing all right? And I'm like, yeah, what do you need me to do? And I'm like trying to talk to him and I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I just like, it doesn't even feel like I'm speaking English. Like, words are just falling out of my mouth.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I'm doing all right, whatever. I'm like, just stop talking to me. Let me go do whatever I got.
Yeah,
I just want to be alone right now.
Right.
And whatever, I went about my day. The first like 4 hours of work, I don't even think I was alive. Like I was just a walking man, just with a push mower, just like
You were an autopilot.
Holy shit, I can't say that. Blindly walking around with a push mower, just mowing shit, and I'm like, oh, just kill me already. Like this fucking day sucks. And then we were talking about this, but like in our heads, we were like, we're gonna leave at lunch. It's a pretty shitty day. And then, sure as shit, we had to do some shit after lunch. I was like, oh, fucking just. If I died, if I died right now, it wouldn't
I
be that
actually
bad.
surprisingly did not feel that bad that day. Like once I got through the cold of that morning because it was fucking freezing, I was just like, all right.
You were hooded up.
I was.
You
yeah,
looked
I
like
was
a fucking
so cold.
Sith Lord.
I was so cold.
Just sputtering around.
But now that the awkward part of that night is out of the way, we can get to the funny stuff, like loitering at a Casey's.
Oh yeah,
And-
hit me.
We wanted cigarettes, so we got cigarettes.
Pass me one too.
Give me a barley pop.
Yeah, we went to Casey's and we're hanging out on the stoop with some beers just in front of the Casey's.
And this is what time?
Oh God, I
knows?
don't know.
I don't
But
know.
It was dark out, so
There was a very friendly homeless man that was there. We gave him a couple of beers and drank in
What was
front
his
of the
name?
Casey's. and-
Marquise.
Marcus.
Marcus.
You know what's
And the,
funny is I
employee
was
came out.
so drunk I didn't even realize he was homeless. I thought it was just a guy, and then it all kind of made sense. Like
Yeah, we
whatever, but yeah.
then some girl comes like flying out of the Casey's door and she's like, "You're not drinking on my step, are you?" And then we were just like, "All right," and we just left.
Were
I
you
actually-
drinking?
We were drinking,
Okay.
and
We're throwing shooters bag, drinking.
oh, I forgot about.